Good afternoon, everybody. I've we've all made it through Thanksgiving, and I'm hoping that you had a great holiday. And had some things to happen over the holidays, day before, leading into Thanksgiving, and I wanted to make a video post, vlog on it, and share with you all, my friends, and those of you who will see this video. People who are personal trainers, certified personal trainers like myself, a lot of people feel uncomfortable when we speak to them about getting in shape, about acquiring our services. Let me just say this: people like myself. Let me just at least speak for myself, and I do know that I have several other comrades in this industry that we care about people. We care about people's lives. I used to be overweight. I used to be 270. Never played sports a day in my life. I've always been the fat boy, even as a child, and I understand the addiction of sugar. I understand the addiction of food. I understand the addiction of liquor, alcohol. You got to know that if you're leading a lifestyle where you're not really paying attention to the damage that's being done to your body, accumulating days to weeks to months to years, like, it's really bad. Case in point, and I've shared with my friend Solomon Hall, great friend of mine, been knowing him for years. He was in my dreams about 3 weeks to a month ago. And usually when somebody's in your dream, in my dreams, where I distinctly remember them, I call them and check up on them. Nothing deep, just wanted, I called him and told him, I said, man, look, you're living a great life. He's recently become retired from his job because he has finally found independence from the 9 to 5. He's been traveling with his family. He's living a life, yo. And I told him, I said, man, look, it's time to get in shape so you can really enjoy your life. Get out of the bondage of being obese and overweight, to where it's affecting your health. A lot of people think we have something against obese people. No, we just know that lifestyle is ultimately going to lead to disease, which could ultimately lead to death. And a lot of people just are so short-sighted in that, and they're so weak to the fact that, yes, it's going to take sacrifice. Yes, it's going to take work. But you got to know what's important. You can't be selfish and just think about it's about what I want, and you don't think about your family. You don't think about the fact that you don't have adequate burial insurance. You don't have a burial policy. You don't have a life insurance policy. And you check up out of here and your family go in debt trying to bury you. It's that simple. But nonetheless, Solomon was in my dreams. I called him, check on him. Solomon's a man of his word. He said, man, I'm going to get with you. I said, no problem, bro. No rush. It's never a rush for me. I just wanted to let him know that I was concerned about him and that, I'm here for him. A week later, Solomon, being a man of his word, because he said he was going to start with me next week, he called me. He said, man, I'm a man of my word. You know that. I just wanted to call you, let you know I'm not running from you. I'm just, something came up. We're going to get together next week. That's my word. I said, no problem. Next week showed up. He called me again. I didn't have to call him. He called me. Yo, I got you. Something came up. My kids. Yo, I'm going to get with you. I'm a man of my word. I said, Solo, it's no pressure. I'm here whenever you're ready. Well, 2 days ago, I woke up. And usually when I wake up, after really coming to myself, I go to my phone to see what time it is. I noticed I had a missed call from Solomon that morning. And you know me, I'm thinking it's the same thing. Something came up. You know I'm a man of my word. I'm going to get with you. I was expecting that. It was no problem. But this was a different phone call. He called me again. And I answered the phone. Lo and behold, Solomon was in the hospital. This is a man that never had high blood pressure, never was diagnosed with high blood pressure, never was diagnosed with diabetes, great bill of health, just overweight, like most of you are, not concerned about it. You thinking that it's cool. I'm just fat like everybody else. It's no problem. He's drinking his water. He's trying to do his push-ups. He's trying to do his sit-ups, trying to do it on his own, and still don't realize you still not doing the things that need to be making the changes to actually rid yourself of the problem. Well, Solomon was in the emergency room. Long story short, this man's blood sugar was 980 plus, close to 1,000. Now, for you people who don't know what blood sugar and high blood sugar is, normal readings is like 130, 150. That's normal readings. That's great. 200 is high. 240 is high. They will send you to the emergency room if your blood sugar levels are 240. You going to the emergency room. All right. This man's blood sugar was almost 1,000. It's amazing that he didn't die. It's amazing that he wasn't in a diabetic coma. Like, yo, this and that scare? Oh, you best believe Solomon is starting today. I don't have to ask him. I don't got to beg him. He ain't got to worry about where the money coming from, because he gonna get it up. Because now he totally understands. He was 1 second from being buried. His kids, his you should be here business, his wife, his family, his clients, none of that mattered. He was about to be checked out of here. And he was in the hospital overnight. Do you know what kind of hospital bill that is? It's going to easy be at least 20 stacks. Easy. But y'all think $99 a month is expensive, and you can only do 1 month? You can't even do 2 months? You can't even do 3 months? You can't even sacrifice for your health, for your family? It's going to take a lot of y'all. That emergency room scare. Sad to say. Because you don't want to get in shape. You don't want to get healthy. It's not even about having abs. It's not about competing. It's about, man, getting in the best shape that you possibly can to get rid of these illnesses that you probably already have. Half of my clients, man, I would go to say 75% of my clientele are diabetics and still in their 30s. Like, what is it going to take for y'all? Y'all think this is a game? Y'all think that y'all got time? Y'all think that you'll clean up later? Like, diabetes is not a game. They are saying by the year 2018, this is going to be 2016. By 2018, 1 out of every 3 people are going to be diabetic. Why y'all think that this food is so dirt cheap? Why y'all think McDonald's got these 99-cent burgers? Why y'all think Taco Bell got these 99-cent? Why y'all think that all these people got these value meals? Why y'all think that stuff is dirt cheap? Because it's going to make you sick. Why you think it's a upcharge for a breast, the clean piece of meat? Because they're going to make it expensive. If you on a budget, you're going to get what you can afford. You can afford the dirty stuff. That's what the government wants. They will subsidize this unhealthy food for you so you can afford it, so that you can get it and get sick. Why do you think the government shut down when Obama first got into office? Healthcare. They don't want you to have healthcare. They don't want you to be in shape. Why do you think whole food stuff is so expensive? Because the average person can't afford it. But that's the healthy stuff. They're going to send you to Save a Lot. They're going to send you to all this stuff. They're going to make the patty pies dirt cheap. You headed to an early grave. Straight up. Let me just say that. You headed to an early grave, and it's none but your fault. It was avoidable. It was preventable. But you wouldn't sacrifice. You wouldn't turn down your plate. You want to drink every weekend. You want to turn up every weekend. You want to eat what you want to eat. Go right ahead. If you got children, your children going to be bearing you at a young age. You ain't going to be living long like our grandparents have been in the past. The foods weren't contaminated. They were growing their stuff on a farm. They were eating clean, non-processed food. The stuff we eating today is pure garbage. Garbage. These sodas, this alcohol, these carbs you eating, and half of y'all over here still drinking these detox teas. Y'all think y'all doing something? Y'all think y'all coming on these little cleanser teas for a week and think you gonna be in shape? Man, look, you heading the wrong direction. I tell people all the time, you'll never get to Chicago driving south. You'll never get to Chicago driving west. If you know you're going in the wrong direction. Just not gonna happen. You have to know that you're heading in the right direction to get the right results. I tell people who live in Memphis all the time, you driving down Winchester trying to get to the Crystal Palace, this little skating spot in the hood. You driving down Winchester. If you ain't driving west on Winchester, you'll never get to the Crystal Palace. Ever. I don't care how fast you driving the car. I don't care what kind of fancy car you driving. If you ain't driving, you got to drive west to get to the Crystal Palace on Winchester. Drive east. Drive east all day and see if you're going to get there. Half of y'all going full steam ahead the wrong direction, doing the wrong stuff. Go right ahead. Don't take advantage of myself, I Care Fitness, Farshay Jones, the Cardis, the Vera Mallets, the Deshaun Glasses, the Michael Fergusons. I mean, you got a boatload of people here in Memphis, around the country. We got clients everywhere. I have clients in Virginia. I got clients in Houston. I got clients in Atlanta. I got clients all over this country. You don't get in shape, it's your fault. You better hear this word and you better take heed to it. You think you doing something? You think you got time? Go right ahead. Because just like when I hit this stop button, one of these times your little button gonna get hit and it ain't gonna come back on no more. Inbox me and get started. Salute.